Welcome back to our channel where we explore fascinating historical events and delve into the depths of biblical scriptures. Today, we have an intriguing topic that will captivate your attention and challenge your beliefs. Get ready to embark on a journey into the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and the shocking revelations that may have been concealed within Pilate's letter. Many of you may be familiar with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, a pivotal event in human history with profound implications for millions around the world. But did you know that a letter written by Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor who presided over Jesus' trial, exists? This letter, discovered centuries later, sheds new light on the crucifixion and its aftermath. Imagine a letter that describes not only the darkness that shrouded the earth and the earthquake that shook the foundations during the crucifixion, but also mentions an inexplicable resurrection. Would you be intrigued to hear more? In this video, we'll explore the fictional account of Pilate's letter, weaving together historical context and biblical scriptures to create a compelling narrative. We'll uncover the supernatural events surrounding the crucifixion, the reports of Jesus' resurrection, and Pilate's plea for guidance from the Roman authorities. But remember, although this letter is a work of imagination, it raises thought-provoking questions and invites us to reflect on the profound impact of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Are you ready to dive into this captivating tale that combines history, faith, and mystery? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Let's get started. Before we dive into the contents of Pilate's letter, let's briefly recap what we know about Jesus' crucifixion from historical accounts and biblical scriptures. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ is a significant event recorded in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These accounts provide valuable insights into the historical context surrounding Jesus' execution. Let's explore some key details. The Gospels tell us that Jesus' crucifixion took place in Jerusalem during the reign of Tiberius Caesar around the 1st century AD. The religious leaders of the time, threatened by Jesus' teachings and popularity, sought to eliminate him. And they led him away to their council, and they said, "If you are the Christ, tell us." But he said to them, "If I tell you, you will not believe." Luke chapter 22 verses 66 to 67. Following his arrest, Jesus was subjected to a series of trials before both Jewish and Roman authorities. One of the key figures involved in these trials was Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea. Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and judge him by your own law." The Jews said to him, "It is not lawful for us to put anyone to death." John chapter 18 verse 31. The religious leaders, unable to carry out the death penalty themselves, brought Jesus before Pilate, seeking a Roman execution. Pilate, in his role as governor, had the authority to decide Jesus' fate. He questioned Jesus, seeking to understand the charges brought against him. So Pilate entered his headquarters again and called Jesus and said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "Do you say this of your own accord, or did others say it to you about me?" John chapter 18 verses 33 to 34. Pilate was intrigued by Jesus' response and sought to release him, finding no legitimate reason for his execution. "I find no guilt in this man." Luke chapter 23 verse 4. However, the religious leaders and the crowd persisted, demanding Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate, caught between his desire to release Jesus and the escalating pressure from the crowd, made a reluctant decision. So when Pilate saw that he was gaining nothing, but rather that a riot was beginning, he took water and washed his hands before the crowd, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves." Matthew chapter 27 verse 24. Now, let's explore the shocking revelations contained within Pilate's letter. The letter of Pilate, discovered in a hidden chamber of an ancient Roman villa, provides a first-hand account of the crucifixion. It begins with a detailed description of Jesus' trial and the events leading up to his execution. Here are some excerpts from Pilate's letter. To the esteemed authorities of Rome, greetings. I write to inform you of an incident that has occurred under my jurisdiction, a case that has perplexed me greatly. A man named Jesus of Nazareth, accused of sedition and claiming to be the king of the Jews, was brought before me for judgment. The trial of Jesus before Pilate was a pivotal moment in history. As recorded in the Gospels, Jesus was brought before Pilate by the Jewish religious leaders who sought his execution. One of the passages that sheds light on this event is found in the Gospel of Matthew. Now Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus said, "You have said so." Matthew chapter 27, verse 11. Jesus' response to Pilate's question acknowledged his claim to be the King of the Jews, a title that caused great concern among the Roman authorities. In continue of Pilate's letter stated that the accusations against this man were serious, alleging sedition and claiming a kingship that could potentially threaten Roman authority in the region. The religious leaders, fueled by their desire to eliminate Jesus, presented false charges against him in an attempt to manipulate Pilate into ordering his crucifixion. Pilate said to them, "What evil has he done?" But they shouted all the more, "Let him be crucified." Matthew chapter 27, verse 23. Pilate's reluctance to condemn Jesus is evident in his repeated attempts to release him. However, the pressure from the crowd and the fear of potential unrest ultimately influenced his decision. Pilate's letter continues stating that, "Despite finding no fault in this man, I succumbed to the demands of the crowd, fearing a potential uprising and the destabilization of the region." Pilate's letter provides an inside look into the inner turmoil he experienced, torn between recognizing Jesus' innocence and appeasing the crowd. Let's continue reading Pilate's letter. "I find no fault in this man. He is innocent of the charges brought against him. However, to appease the crowd and maintain order, I have reluctantly agreed to his crucifixion." Pilate's decision to hand Jesus over to be crucified marked a pivotal moment in human history, leading to the fulfillment of prophecies and the ultimate sacrifice for the redemption of mankind. The shocking revelations contained within Pilate's letter offer us a glimpse into the historical context surrounding Jesus' crucifixion. While the letter itself remains a fictional representation, it draws from biblical accounts and depicts the internal struggle Pilate faced in making the fateful decision. Pilate's letter continues with a chilling account of the crucifixion itself. He describes the darkness that shrouded the earth, the earthquake that occurred, and even mentions witnessing an inexplicable resurrection. Let's read. "As Jesus hung on the cross, darkness engulfed the land, and an earthquake shook the foundations. I confess, dear authorities, that I saw an extraordinary sight. Following his death, there were reports of his resurrection. Some claim he appeared to his disciples, while others believe he ascended to heaven." The letter suggests that Pilate was not only a witness to the crucifixion, but also to the supernatural events that accompanied it. The darkness and earthquake are consistent with the biblical accounts of Jesus' crucifixion. "Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. Matthew chapter 27, verse 45. The Gospel of Matthew records the darkness that covered the land during the crucifixion, emphasizing the supernatural nature of the event. Pilate's mention of the resurrection is particularly intriguing. According to the Gospels, Jesus indeed rose from the dead 3 days after his crucifixion. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come, see the place where he lay." Matthew chapter 28, verses 5 to 6. The resurrection of Jesus is a central belief in Christianity, and Pilate's letter alludes to the reports of this miraculous event. Pilate concludes his letter by expressing his perplexity and seeking guidance from the Roman authorities on how to address these extraordinary events. Unfortunately, the response to Pilate's letter, if there was one, is lost to history. We can only speculate on how the Roman authorities would have reacted to his account. Pilate's letter, although fictional, raises thought-provoking questions about the supernatural occurrences surrounding Jesus' crucifixion and the subsequent reports of his resurrection. While the letter itself is a work of imagination, the biblical scriptures provide us with a foundation of faith and belief in these extraordinary events. The shocking letter written by Pontius Pilate provides us with invaluable insights into the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It corroborates the biblical accounts while adding new details to the narrative. Pilate's struggle with the decision to crucify an innocent man and his acknowledgement of the supernatural occurrences surrounding Jesus' death make this letter a truly remarkable historical artifact. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video insightful, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. May God's love and grace be with you always. Until next time, stay strong in your faith.